What's going on, man? Who we here with today?
Oh man, it's Butler. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow's not promised. Go and do your little dance while they still playing your song.
Okay. Do you think most people are one? Hold on. Do you think most people are one bad decision away from prison,
Yeah, that's all it takes. One bad decision.
or
Uh,
one good mentor away from this success?
it sounds good. It sounds like a. I think that a lot of people, because we stand on business,
Mm-hmm.
because we can't wait to show our mother we ain't playing around, or because we built like that, or we from a certain place. It's just a, and apparently we don't even care about going to prison no more. You and me, you and I, we were on live yesterday, and we had a young guy who was clearly ready to crash out.
Yeah, he scared me.
Mm,
I be thinking I'll be about that life until I see somebody
a
like
real YN, but he
that.
told us both of us have gone to a chain gang, but he told us he hadn't gone, but he was like, bro, they got PS5s and they tying people up and putting them up under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people just now, people that are in there are giving other people a
They
bad
showing
perception.
them they showing them the good stuff, but they not showing them the bad stuff.
Hey man,
They not showing them how they have to hide their phones when a search team coming. They not showing them what that child
you
food look
dying in there,
like.
bro. Who wants to be in jail? Whether I'm with my family or my gang, or bro, I want to be free. I want to be able to
Facts.
choose what I want to do, and
Mm-hmm.
I just ultimately think that it's a pipeline.
Do you think that?
It's a
Sorry to cut you
pipeline
off.
of misinformation. Let me finish what I'm saying. There's a pipeline of misinformation being fed to the youth, and we have to figure out how to unlearn these unhealthy habits. Go ahead.
Do you think being okay with going to prison is slightly homosexual?
That was a good question. Ask, ask that question again.
Do you think
That's crazy.
that it is slightly homosexual to be wanting to be being okay to go to prison?
You know what? I'm gonna stand on that one. Yeah, I think if you want to go to jail, you want to be a homosexual.
I agree.
You want to go to
I
jail, you want to
agree.
be a homosexual. The irony of that is that you can be a homosexual on the streets. You don't have to go to jail to be one. But some people like it rougher than others. So if that's your case and you just want to go,
I think it's
go
a
girl.
I think it's a thing now where motherfuckers be too gangster for me.
Yeah.
I think you could be too gangster for your own good to the
Yeah.
point to
So
where
to be
that's
too gangster is to be
him.
a homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
He
be too
had a
gangster.
camera. That was his real face. At first, I had to blow it up. I'm like, bro, trolling. Then when I started looking at some of the stuff he was saying,
No, he
I
was
was
for
like,
real.
oh, this nigga for real.
Yeah, here for real gangster. So if you gang, you really, really gang with like all capital letters, you gay gang is gay gang.
Anytime I feel like anytime you just cool, he was cool with going to jail. Like you could tell, like you tell this nigga that he's an OG. All he gotta do is kill this person. From what I got out of that, he ain't gonna have no problem with goddamn smoking that person.
With all seriousness, so there was a point in time where I was practicing to go to jail. Like I remember standing in the mirror with like one of the first pistols. What are you laughing at?
You go ahead.
I'm just saying. I remember standing in the mirror, like practicing how I was gonna shoot somebody. I was like,
This is true though.
and then I'm gonna whip it out like this.
Everybody hold it to the side.
Yeah, I'm just like in my mind, I was like, bro, it's gonna be so many people standing around, and this is gonna be my moment, bro. I'm gonna shine. Not thinking about after you shoot this person, you're going to jail. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like
Mhm.
we practicing, but I don't think it's his fault. I don't think it was my fault. I think that there's a chess move that has been made, or a series of chess moves that have been made, and this is the culmination of those chess moves, and or social movements or agendas, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Being pushed, yeah. For the most part, I think that we are the result of certain procedures or agendas being pushed.
Okay, I can agree with that. Cause I don't know, man. I look at this generation. I know you like to help them. Me personally, I like to stay the hell away from them. That right there, I don't. I hope he. And then you can tell like he wasn't all the way no dummy because he didn't mess up nothing. Like all his
His
words.
enunciation was too on point for
Yeah,
him to
it was too on point.
be like mildly slow, and I think that if he can be swayed over to effective thinking, he'll be a strong soldier. He'll be a strong soldier. But right now, he's just been influenced by negativity and niggas chimping out. So it don't even bother you no more, do it. The 10
Nah, I
pounds of the
still
charge, it
want to
really
throw
don't.
this
But
damn
it don't
phone
bother
at
you
you.
no more, bro.
I still want to throw this phone at you for doing that
You be
Uncle
all right.
Tom shit, but I'll be all right. Okay. When it comes down to helping the youth, what type of feeling you get knowing that you done help save this youth from doing a life sentence?
I feel free and alive. It's not necessarily keeping them from serving a life sentence. Sometimes it be the spark in their eyes when they realize that they are enough or that they're the most important element in the equation. It's working with a kid who the first time y'all interact, they kind of stiff on you, but as time progresses, after you feed them a couple of times, and I'm not just talking about like food, I'm talking about once you feed them and then they start craving that knowledge, then there's but I'm not under the illusion that it's just me that has to interact with this individual. They're gonna need to interact, and I can't walk with you through your journey. But what I can do is when you stop here at this post along your travels on the Underground Railroad, man, I can feed you a little bit so you can be stronger, so you can turn out to be something. So it's not just because I don't see people the whole way. Sometimes I only get the days that they've been sentenced to my class or the 15 minutes I have for them, so it didn't work there. But I just try to just push off that positive energy because some people, they got to be touched or talked to 7 or 8 times before it's gonna make sense. And some of them still gonna bump their head, but I just believe in pushing positive energy at every turn that I possibly can.
Cause that's one thing I can say about you. If you don't do nothing else real, helping them kids is something you do. Cause you know when I met you, I was 18 years old,
Right.
looking at an armed robbery, had a pending armed robbery, and strictly on go. And I just remember you tried to make it your purpose, not to make me crash out.
Those are
So
facts. Those are facts. So in my mind, how I look at certain things is this: that everybody has gone through something. For me, I've gone through something so that I could try to help prevent other people from going through it. That's the only way I can make sense out of all this stuff. I'm like, even when I was sitting, I was like, bro, I'm suffering. Like I'm not that bad of a person. You gave me a mandatory minimum. I ain't no real street nigga. I jumped off the porch. I was supposed to graduate in June of '96. By November '96, they were asking me to plea out to 40. I'm not a real street nigga, bro. I'm not cut like that. I'm no real street nigga, bro.
you said plea out to 40.
Yeah. Because
What
they
the
was
hell?
charging me on aggravated assault for every cash register that was in the store. It just like, it got weird. But what I'm saying is that if a system can catch me up like this, somebody who is naive and unaware and not body for real, then I'm like, well, it has to have happened for a reason. So then that means that I have an assignment. My goal is to give you all that time and some back. I'm gonna try to keep as many people up out the chain gang as possible. I'm gonna try to get as many people off probation as possible. I'm gonna try to get as many graduates and business owners and thinkers as possible alive and active. And that helps me inhale after I exhale. I find pleasure in it. I would do it for free, but I got bills to pay.
Mm-hmm. So my next question is, do you think you'll have this same mindset if you would have if they would have gave you them 40 years?
I don't know, bro.
Or do you think you would have just been in chain gang raised hell like
I
everybody
don't
else?
know, bro. That's a really, really good question, man. You know, a lot of times people like, well, what would happen if you hit the lottery or if you was born like this? You know, I could give you all type of synopsis or situation. I think that some things, bro, you don't know what your mindset is going to be until you actually are involved in that specific act. Because I just like, no, I'd be this way. I ain't never had 40 years, so I don't know. I don't know what they might do to me. It might turn me into a predator. I don't know.
So
So
if it's safe to say that they gave you a chance and they spared you, and is it safe to say they gave you a chance and spared you, and uh you're able to give somebody else or try to give somebody else another path?
say that a different way.
Is it safe to say that they spared you, basically?
Depending on how you look at it, because it could have been worse. It could have been lighter as well. It could have been lighter. I don't know if it would have had the same effect on me.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. Sometimes you just gotta think about it. 40 years versus 10 years, I know that's still a whole bunch of time. And I'm not saying acting like that dime didn't mean nothing. But if I had to choose between doing 40 years and 10 years, that is a spare, my nigga.
It is a spirit. But then when we start looking at, for me, when we start looking at mandatory minimums and some of the legislation that's in place as we speak, it's not it's not constructed to improve or
And then you
or
had an armed robbery too.
it's not utilized to actually rehabilitate. It's simply a numbers game. It's
Yeah.
simply it's profitable. It's a business.
You gotta think
It's a
about it.
business.
Why would I rehabilitate you when I can make generational wealth off of you, your kids, your grandkids being locked up in here?
This is
And
how
then on top of that, not only if I'm making $200-300 a day off a head about y'all are turning around and putting money on these people books. So now I'm making money on that. Not only that, now I got it to the point to where I really ain't gotta let you see them no more. Now you could do video visitation. I don't have to let you see these people or deal with these people
I,
at all. I control everything.
so I look at it. I think that you're like, if this is the situation, this is you looking at the situation. I try to back up a little bit. So when I back up, this is what I see. I see going over the speed limit is illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the speed limit?
Maybe 60.
Then maybe 70, maybe
Mm-hmm.
70. Okay, so then people die sometimes because the speed limit is so high, right?
Mm-hmm.
People get tickets, people get arrested. All type of things happen because the speed limit is being overran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so running the speed limit is illegal. Under any circumstances, going over the speed limit is illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with me and my mindset, I think, why in the fuck are is it permitted or is it legal to produce a vehicle that will go over the speed limit? You see what I'm saying? But then I also understand that if you don't have people to go over the speed limit, then you don't have anybody to lock up. So then you don't have a particular process. And what I'm saying is that in these United States, because they have the highest prison population, the jails is a business. It's like potato chip factory. It got to keep going. It got to keep going. It got to keep going. There is no, there is no, there is no resolve for certain things or for certain aspects. Like, this is the way that it is, and once you understand that, you have a choice to be a victim of it or stand back and try to get other people to stand back as well. So that's where I'm at. But I also understand that it's a well-oiled machine, and it is set up for people to chimp out, is what it is.
Hmm.
See how I'm regulating that term?
Yeah. Go ahead and get your views, big dog.
It's not about that. Next question.
It
It don't bother you as much, bro.
Nah, I really want to take this camera and just
It really
smash
don't
it up
bother you like
here.
that, bro.
Yeah,
It don't bother you like that, bro.
it
It
do,
can't.
bro.
It can't, bro.
It do, bro. But I'm acknowledging that it bothers me, but I'm not acting on it. So therefore, I am getting something up out of this.
All right, that's what's up. Next question, nigga.
So let me ask you a question. All right. You feel like talking about any of your fights in Chang'an?
I don't care.
What is the worst fight you've been into, and why did y'all get into a fight?
The worst fight?
Mm-hmm.
The crazy part is, bro, my fights wasn't even really that bad. Like, in my personal opinion, I don't think they was bad. I think that the weirdest situation I had was definitely on the A floor. Definitely. When that dude splashed my cell with a cup of doo-doo and he had to mix the doo-doo with mustard, that was weird because it was a series of acts. I didn't tell the police that he was trying to kill himself, so he was just like, bet. And then I had my flap open, and then next thing you know, I just heard a splash. And then it just started stinking in my cell. I'm like, this nigga just splashed my cell with dude. Bro, I've never felt so empty in my life, bro. I never felt that empty in my life, bro. I was just like, man, this is the bottom of, and this was at the beginning of my bed, bro. Like, I just felt like, I was like, man, this is the bottom, bro. I'm on the 8th floor. My 29-year-old that you see in there with my grandson, I had her baby picture up on the wall. She had just been born some days earlier, bro. And this nigga splashed doo in my cell, bro. Then they went and give me chemicals to clean it up. And then they wasn't done. They wasn't done terrorizing me, because the next day I go to get in the shower in DeKalb County. You got to keep hitting the button for the shower to get warm. So I'm in there, but I don't never take my clothes off till it's time to get in the shower. Bro, I hear one of the doors open while I'm still pressing the button. I'm like, bro, this 24-hour lockdown on. Ain't no door supposed to be open. But this nigga Kool-Aid and rigged the door up. He got a shank like this. He done took a broomstick, bro. This man finna try to off me in the shower. So luckily, man, I'll say thank God that I didn't get in the shower. Because had I been in the shower with soap in my face, bro, it just would have been. We probably wouldn't be having this conversation, bro. That man tried to off me, bro. So the crazy part about it is this. Now, there was a guy who used to go to McNair High School. I cannot remember his name. He was cool, but his gums used to bleed and his breath used to stink real bad. But he was a cool dude. But he knew karate. Mm-hmm. So he had me we was in a cell together, and he had been teaching me like some basic stuff. Not nothing extravagant, just how to stand and how to defend yourself to one degree or another. And so I didn't know I had even picked it up till it actually happened. So when that dude started coming at me with that broomstick, bro, it just kicked in like second nature. I was just using my arm. Like I understood how to posture my body and how to bend. And like I said, it wasn't no extravagant stuff, bro, but it probably saved my life to one degree or another. But I got Kool-Aid back. We was going to court, and he was coming in the hold tank. And he was, you know, when you come into court in DeKalb County, like you might have 6 people on this chain with this hand cuffed, and then when they're on that one, you got 6 more, and they got their hand cuffed. So everybody has one arm free. I'm already in the holding tank. I see Ivy Giovanni that I went to Cross Keys High School with. I said, bro, I'm about to have me a misunderstanding. And he like, shit, what's up? Bro, I see Kool-Aid. I gave Shawty everything I had. I gave that nigga everything I had. Pow. I didn't knock him out, but his knees buckled.
That's good enough.
But what I did was I put a target on my back because I didn't know over in Clarkston, bro, I don't know if it was a gang or what, man, but they was deep, bro. So every time I went to court, they was at me. They was at me. I was like, so I might be looking. I was like, nah, I can't go in the cell with them. I got problems with them. One dude, he was laying because we were going up, and he was trying to get off the handcuffs before I got off the handcuffs. And when I realized that he was going to the 6th floor and I was going up to the 8th floor, I was like, no. I said, hey, I got problems with Shouter. I got problems with Shouter. He can't be handcuffed by me. It stopped.
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
No. You good?
Okay. So yeah, I was like, nah, we can't. So I really had to get on some. I gotta let the police, cause if I depend on the police to keep me safe, bro, I'm gonna be dead up in here. And it was green light on Butler. It just really was, man. It was a dude by the name of Charles Duffy. I'll never forget it, cause him, from my understanding, him and the 15-year-old had then chopped the lady head off in Stone Mountain. I don't know how real that story is, but yeah, that's what was going on, man. And them folks was after me. I don't know what happened to these people. I ain't seen them since, but that was very vivid. So that was probably like the worst. It was a dark time. It was a dark time.
That's crazy, man. That nigga splashed some doo-doo, but that's some sick ass shit.
Bro, I never been splashed before other than that. And mind you, this at the beginning. I'm still in the county jail. But his mindset was just different, bro. He just had I was like, bro, this is I was like, bro,
I can't beat you like that.
I was like, bro, this is what I'm faced up against, boy. I'm gonna fucking lose. I'm gonna lose. This is a lot right here, man. I want to go home. I pleaded with God. I was like, God, please, man. God, you know I ain't no real street nigga. Please get me up out of this, man.
Nigga said I got problems with.
Come on, man. Come on. This your boy, man. Come on. But then this is the crazy part. A week before I got locked up for this, they was already on my coattail. So I got pulled over on Covington Highway. I was in the 85 Buick LeSabre Ace and Bowls, wood grain, herringbone, $600 sweat on from the polo shop. Bro, I'm riding, and they pulled me over. When they pulled me over, I got a 45 with me, bro. They pulled me over in a K9 truck. It's a K9 truck in front of me, one beside me, and one behind me. When they pulled me over, bro, they snatched me out the window. They snatched me out the window. I go to the DeKalb County Jail. First time putting on handcuffs ever in my life. I go down there. I get locked up for possession of a firearm and driving without a driver's license. I had weed in my sock while I'm in the holding tank, or where they fingerprint me and stuff, bro. I took the weed out my polo boot and threw it in the trash can. Yeah. For real, and really hit the shot. But then when I was down there, I'm talking about praying. I'm like, God, please just get me up out of this situation. Bro, if you get me out of this, I'm going to go to church. I'm gonna stop smoking weed. I ain't going to rob nobody no more. I'm done with everything. Bro, I made a promise to God. I ain't going to even hold it, bro. I'm talking about for real. Bro, I get out a couple of hours later. That following Sunday, I'm ironing my clothes. I'm just like, man, fuck church. Because then on Sundays, you had Mosley, Maddox, and Grant Paul was off the chain. I mean, I'm talking about like on some real Crenshaw, California type shit. Like this in Atlanta, on them 3 days, them Pauls was off the chain.
I can go.
So, man, I ain't wasting this polo outfit on no church. Man, I'm finna go. Then Moan called me like, said, bro, we go to the park, bro. I promise you. 7 days later, I was sitting right back in that same cell.
Oh, for that charge?
For the real charge.
Oh, man.
7 days later. So I made a promise. In my mind, I made a promise to God, bro, and I did not keep that promise. And I don't know if that's how it worked, but what I'm telling you is I had the opportunity to be free. I had the opportunity, and I was free, and I made money. And went right back to the same stuff I said. It didn't last the whole week. I was right back to robbing and everything.
That's crazy.
And sad.
That's crazy as hell.
You can stop it.